Hello, farmers, and welcome to another episode of the harvest season. My name is Al,
And my name is Kevin.
and we are here today to talk about Mario. Wait, no, that was last
Yeah.
week.
I mean, we could.
There's not much to talk about just now, though, is there?
No, we're just waiting for Princess Peach. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I still haven't played Mario versus Donkey Kong yet. I've been busy with other things.
there's a demo. If you play it, you know what it is. And you can
I've bought the
play it
game.
yourself.
I have the game. It's sitting here right next to me. I just haven't played it yet.
Okay, well,
It actually arrived while I was in the US, so.
okay. All right, well,
I just
yeah,
need to
all right,
actually
well,
play it.
let me know when you do play, though.
Oh, I will do. Don't you worry, we need the content. Awesome. Hi, Kevin. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about Piczle Cross Story of Seasons, which is the new Story of Season themed nonogram or Picross game, however you want to call it.
It's just a big cross. It's like Kleenex, right? The brand name is the thing.
Exactly. So I believe nonogram is the like non-branded generic name for it, and
Yeah.
Picross is the standard one that people know, and Pixel Cross is this series. So just to be confusing.
Upstart.
So we're going to talk about that. Before that, we have some news. First of all, Kevin, what have you been up to?
Mostly sweating from the Pokemon. No, but what I've actually been playing. I no, actually no, big day today. I have done it. I have done 152 shrines, every piece of armor, every side quest. Tonight, my final showdown with Ganon to
Nice.
close the book on Tears of the Kingdom. Very excited for that.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Fun fact: I've actually been through that area before because I was just like, I'm curious, what happens if I go down here? And I made it
Huh.
all the way to Ganon, but then I got whooped by the actual fights going on. Um, so yeah, I at least have an idea of what to expect. But now that I have a whole crew and good stuff, I'm looking forward to it.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Awesome
Um,
sauce.
yeah. Aside from that, nothing. A good amount of the Pick Ross are going to talk about because I'm fiend for Pick Ross. Um, uh, but other than that, not too much. I guess Marvel Snap's been good. I hit Infinity this season, so yeah, golf clap. Um, it's in a good place right now. But yeah, that's kind of all I've been up to. A lot of Tears of the Kingdom and Pick Ross, really. What about you? What you been up to?
Yeah, I have actually been playing Pokemon.
Okay.
I've been
I mean, I've gotten the
doing,
itch.
yeah, dangerous. The itch for presumably Legends Arceus rather than Scarlet and Violet. Um, I've been doing the Venusaur raids. That's what I've been doing.
Okay. I
Um,
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what it is about raids. That They just don't excite me as much as they did in Sword and Shield.
hmm.
Um, I don't know if it's because it's kind of just following on that act, or because of the performance issues, or the game. There's a number of reasons, I guess. But
Hmm.
um, I um, I probably will go. I don't know. I've missed a few of them. I for that Mark the Collector and whatnot. Maybe I'll fire it up. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how uh, Pokemon like your fellow trainers Pokemon fainting means that you just lose quicker. It feels
Uh,
not great, especially if you're going online with randoms and you get one person who's at level 50 and they get knocked out every 2 rounds.
oh
You're dead
yeah.
in 30 seconds. It's like that's not fun. Um,
Oh yeah. That's
I feel like it kind of
that's so true. See,
it
I had
stops
my
you it
brother and we
stops you
played.
recovering from bad strategy, right? Or it stops you
Yeah.
recovering from bad players with good strategy.
Yep.
Whereas, because it's too fast for you to be able to do anything about that. Whereas in the Sword and Shield
Yeah.
ones, yeah, them being knocked out wasn't helping you. It's not great that they're being knocked out, but it wasn't causing you an actual problem in that it was reducing the number of turns or whatever.
What?
So
Yeah, it was. No, no,
not
I'm
in
thinking of the adventures. No, you're right. I'm sorry.
yeah,
No,
no,
no, I'm
no,
thinking of the
not in
dead
Sword and
raid
Shield.
adventures.
In
Yeah, yeah,
Sword
yeah.
and Shield, you
Um,
had was it 10 turns in total? I think to knock it
yeah,
out.
yeah, you're right.
Um,
Huh, I'd never thought about that. That's that is a weird design choice. Like, I kind of get it because now that everyone's kind of on their own turn, it incentivizes people to, actually carry their weight instead of just doing the thing. Although
yeah,
that might be
yeah,
more helpful in certain circumstances.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, yeah, there's a whole discussion we could have about the design of those things. I If they want to keep going with these raids and whatnot, I really feel they need to put a little more work into. Uh, I don't know how to best describe this. Uh,
Reliability.
I guess just implementing limits or restrictions, right? Like
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like you can't
rental
bring in a level
Pokemon.
50 or whatever, and yeah,
Yep, yep. You need to have a level 100 or whatever for this fight. Yada yada.
yeah.
Um, there's definitely a lot that could be done. And we've had that conversation elsewhere, but rental Pokemon would probably be the easiest thing to do. Here's some Pokemon you can use
Yeah,
for the raid.
yeah. I think they would, especially. I think it would be great to have not just rental Pokemon, but rental Pokemon that other people can submit.
Oh, that'd
So
be
like
great. Yep.
people like Steve and other like YouTubers and stuff could say these are the builds that I'm suggesting.
Influencers.
I think would be fantastic. But yeah, you're right. We've talked about that over and over again. So I've been playing that, and I've been playing Pixel Cross, and that's about it this week. Not much. Not
Yeah,
much.
all right.
Should we talk about some news?
I guess so. We're legally obligated to by no one.
So Disney Dreamlight Valley, the full patch notes for the Laugh Floor update are out now. So we talked about this a little bit last episode, but just in that it was coming and that obviously it was going to have Monsters Inc. So they've detailed a bunch of stuff. The link is in the show notes. I guess a few things I'll just pick out. They have included the two characters, Mike and Sully. There are a number of new items. They've got the partners statue. The statue with Walt and Mickey at
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Oh, do they have it in now?
They've
Okay.
added that in the game now. And of course the armor. You've got Dreamlight armor outfit for some reason. A bunch of new customization, some new star paths and premium bundles. And Scrooge McDuck's shop has been expanded, so you can get more stuff from Scrooge McDuck's shop.
Give the rich duck more money.
Absolutely. Yeah, one thing that really annoyed me about that game is you start up and then he's like, "Oh, I need some money to expand my shop." And you're like, "No, you don't. Away and use your own money." Ridiculous.
That's not how you became a quadrillionaire, pal.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Don't you know how
And
capitalism works? I
of
need your
course
money to make more money.
you can change your name in the game now. So woo, there we go.
Oh, that's a good one.
If you want the more detailed notes, they're in the show notes. There's a whole bunch of bugs fixed as well, which is always good. Next, we have an updated roadmap for Coral Island. So I actually coincidentally talked about this last episode as well, because I was like, oh, I've not seen the roadmap in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They've detailed the next 3 updates coming, 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. They've given some detailed information on some of the things coming in 1.1, including the town rank will now go up to S, including some more story and quest lines around that. There is the tourists are coming, which are the backers. There was a certain level of backer who could get themselves in as an NPC. They're coming as tourists. And of course, they are not romanceable, which everybody on Twitter is mad about.
That's I don't know if I like that. That's a weird discourse.
It is a little bit. It is a little bit like, oh, these characters that are based on real people. Uh, yeah. Mm,
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 mm.
mm.
Although I will say, for the people who made it in, they should be able to romance themselves. That will stand behind.
That's very, very weird. Uh, they're also adding in the finale of the Giant storyline, which I'm very happy with. Actually, giving us some story for the Merfolk, which I'm very happy about because, come on. They're adding
You
hangouts where you can. It's basically dates
you
with
couldn't before
NPCs.
with the merfolk?
No, well, with the Merfolk there was nothing. There was you could barely talk to the Merfolk. There was
What
almost
was
nothing
the
in.
point?
That was my biggest issue. They were just decided that was going to be post 1.0 content, and I don't think it should have been. I think that this 1.1 update is what should have been the 1.0 update. That was my whole thing.
Probably, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm just looking at the list. Holy mackerel, this should have been 1.0.
I suspect it was a money thing.
Probably. In game dev, money matters? What?
Yeah. And they're adding Thai to the game as well. So,
Okay.
I was going to say if you speak Thai and not English, you're not going to hear me say this. But there you go.
Well, yeah. There's one I have a question about.
Mhm.
What does improvements to the hat system mean? What does that mean?
So when you wear a hat, there
Hmm.
it's limited on what hairstyles you can have for that.
Oh gosh. Oh
So
gosh, I hate that. I hate that
so
so much.
yeah,
As someone, someone with long hair, like the, I often get the short end of that stick in games. Sword and Shield, I could wear hats with my actual hairstyle, and it killed me. They're great hats.
yeah,
Um, Unite, just as an aside, Pokemon Unite is really bad because hair and hats are considered the same thing. You can't actually separate them. Um,
yep.
Save for a few instances, but a lot of the hats come with hair, and ugh, ugh. Oh, that's a very niche and specific thing that really gets under my skin.
Yeah, it gets worse. So I believe until this new update, if you were wearing a hat, you just wouldn't have any hair.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
now
yeah.
they're adding two hairstyles for hats.
Okay. Well, baby steps.
I mean,
What do you call it?
I'm quite happy about it personally because the other thing that games quite often miss with hair is bald options, and like they'll go like, oh,
Okay.
here's a buzz cut or
True.
whatever, but they'll very rarely have bald.
True.
Whereas this did have bald from the start and will actually have bald for hats, so a rare win for the bald heads.
Okay. There you go.
Uh, cool. So yeah. Oh, they're also adding ocean farming and ranching.
That's a big one.
I'm very
What
intrigued
are
to
you
see what.
ranching?
I don't know. They've not detailed that yet, so I believe they're going to talk about that in the next monthly update. So we'll bring that when it comes. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what's happening there. Like maybe sharks.
Mm,
Do you get to ranch sharks? Maybe.
merfolk.
Mm, little. Sounds like slavery.
Well, you're not wrong. Or at least can we get a revolutionary mer person who's against the ranching? I want some, Little Mermaid under the sea nonsense.
Iconi Island. They have said that their PlayStation and Xbox versions are coming at the end of March.
All right. That game has very pretty art style.
Hmm.
I'll need to check it out. I have not checked it out, but now that we get consoles, oh wait, it's already on Switch. I haven't paid attention.
It is already on Switch, I believe. Oh wait, maybe it's not. No, it's not on Switch yet. But they
Okay,
haven't
well,
said anything about Switch, so who knows if it'll ever actually come to Switch? Because this console
well,
update just talked about PlayStation and Xbox.
well, I still might. There's a better chance I'll check it out still. Oh, the art isn't. The in-game visuals don't match the art. I want that art. Well, not 100%. You know what I mean. Um, All right, but either way, more likely for me to check it out. I do like the yeah, heaven from Up in the background there.
Yeah. Farm folks, they are adding quite, I think this is quite wild, their conveyor system. Have you watched the video on this, Kevin?
Yes, that it's looks awesome. It looks like a monorail system.
It's
That's what
is
I'd
yes,
call it.
that's exactly what it is. It's like a monorail system with these trays that are going along this insane monorail system, and obviously the one they've built in the video is not what you would actually do because it's very very long and it doesn't go anywhere. It just wiggles around. But
Yeah,
I think they're just trying to show how big and expansive it can be if you want it to be. So
yeah,
I'm suddenly very interested in this game.
right. Now you design your own roller coaster system for your crops or whatever. Making up for that awful name.
Well, yeah, there are worse names, but yeah, it's not a
Well,
great.
okay, yes. Yes, you're right. But yeah. Um oh that looks fun. That's a great looking monorail conveyor system. Kind of like Southfield. Reminds me of just the openness of it, not just a grid-based thing.
Yeah, yeah. I forget, is this game out at all yet? It is not. I was wondering whether it was an early access one. No, it's nothing. Nothing like that. And I don't think we have
Oh,
any information on when it's coming out.
oh, well, looks. Yeah, well, that's a good. I like that. Um,
And I don't see anything about it coming on Switch, so
I like how it looks.
soz.
That the art style's okay. I don't know. I'm taking some interest in this. Wow, the person on their website, that's just Tracer from Overwatch. Wow. Okay.
But in Fortnite style.
But when will we get Disney Dreamland Cross Fortnite? Uh,
Which way
it's
round?
closer
Like,
than you think. But you know what? It could be either.
because
Either
I feel
or.
like there have been Disney characters in Fortnite, right?
I don't think so because there's the announcement that they made an agreement. They're going to put a whole universe in Fortnite.
Yeah, but that's different.
I mean, I guess there's the Marvel and Star Wars stuff, but I don't know if Disney proper. I don't think Mickey Mouse has been in Fortnite yet.
No, it looks like you're right. It looks like they haven't actually got any Disney proper characters in there. Just the other companies
Yeah.
they own. All right, Farming Simulator Kids. We have a release date for this. Is coming on the 26th of March. So just under a month to go. Also now we have this trailer. We have some sort of idea of the actual gameplay, and it looks kind of minigame esque. Very much, definitely looks like a kids game. I can see why it's Farming Simulator Kids. Uh,
Yeah, there's a lot we can talk about here in my I mean, okay, first of all, it's not your boring realistic not boring, but it's not the standard realistic farming simulator. It actually has a kid-friendly art style.
yep,
Um, I think this is actually a very clever idea. Um, I think it's geared towards like particularly young kids, because there's like basic maths and those sorts of mini games. It's also very clearly designed for tablets, which is a very
yep,
common kid, here's your tablet thing now. Um, I appreciate when there are, genuine efforts to make quality type game for kids even as young as this demographic. And it feels like that's what's going on here. Um, and it's a smart move. Hook them early to the farm simulator brand.
yeah.
Um,
On one hand, I definitely it looks very kid friendly and very. It looks like it could be fun, while
mhm.
kind of getting some kind of ideas towards realistic farming in that it's trying to show you like the different stages and then what you do with these things. But
Yeah.
it feels a little bit weird in that Farming Simulator's thing is they are the realistic farming simulator. And
Yeah.
this is not in any way a realistic farming simulator. Uh,
Yeah. That, I mean,
so I don't know. It feels a
I
little
will
bit weird
say
that it's them doing it.
it is unexpected, I'll say that. But I think it's a clever I think it's a good way of going about it, right? Because like I don't think Farmington had a great young demographic appeal. Um, and there's little bits like the actual farming aspects, right? The crops and the animals, the livestock are relatively realistic, right? They're not cartoony. Um, they're in the whatever art style it's in, but
Yeah,
it's
they're
still
oversimplified though. That's the point, right? Like
uh-huh.
it's. I think it's only as realistic as other farming sims. But I
I
don't know.
guess so.
I would need to. I need to try it to see that because I don't know
Yeah,
if that's actually the
I
case.
yeah. There's a lot going on here too. There's economics running shop. You feed people sandwiches from Scarlet Violet. Those are the exact peppers from Scarlet Violet. Um, you do the farms, the actual farming and livestock, but there's like indoor games and things like that. You're for some reason dragging a kid into a bathtub. Um, yeah, I don't know. But I'm not surprised, right? Farming Simulator clearly has money, so um, I know I still think it's a good idea, and I think it's a pretty all right looking kids game.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
the static followed by the aliens on the TV freaks me out a little. That's some creepy Harvest Moon nonsense they're pulling there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll need to try this out to get Craig to try it and see what it's like. And last but not least in the news, we have a new game, Minami Lane. Do you think it's Minami? Minami?
Sure. Oh wait, it's not Miami. It is.
Yeah, yeah, it does have an N. Minami.
Yep.
Maybe Minami? Anyway, I don't know. Wherever.
Not the
Minami
GTA
Lane.
6 simulator, farming simulator.
So this game has just come out. It came out yesterday, I think, as we're recording, so a week ago. The little blurb on it is Welcome to Minami Lane. Build your own street in this tiny, cozy, casual management sim. Unlock and customize buildings, manage your shops, and maximize the happiness of your villagers to complete quests and fill your street with love.
Okay. So it feels very what's the bunny game and the cat game? The ones you guys talked about before, or
Yes.
we already talked about?
Usagi-shima and
Yeah,
what's it called? Neko
Neko
something.
something. Yeah, it feels very much in that vein, probably largely because of the art style and the kind of isometric view. It's also clearly just centralized on this one street, right? So, um, overall, but do like how it looks overall. Um, I think the art style it's charming. It's kind of old storybook-ish feel. I don't know how to describe that better. Um, I like the customizability options, it looks like, and there's some goofies. There's like a kappa walking around. There's cats that you can pet. Um, I think it's cute. This feels like what I would have wanted from Garden Galaxy.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of because I've talked about how I used to really like city building games and stuff, but then they got really
Hmm.
complicated, and I don't like that anymore. And but this feels like it's simple enough that I could enjoy it, but complicated enough that it's not just Garden Galaxy. It's not just like put things down where you want them to. Like there's actually a
Yeah,
purpose to that, and you're trying to do
yeah.
something.
There's little bits of feedback, like you're customizing your ramen that you sell in the shop. That's cute. Yeah, no, I agree. It's striking a nice balance of actually having stuff to do, or feels like, but not overwhelming you with all the crazy minute aspects of those crazy city builders.
Yeah, and it's super cheap.
Let's see. Oh, it released. Oh, it's already out, huh? How much should we? Oh, wow, it's like $5. Yeah, you're right. Roughly. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Probably, maybe. I don't know. It looks
No,
cute.
no promises. Never any
No
promises.
promises.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
very tempted to try this out.
there's a yokai tree. Wait, what does that mean?
Oh, it's a
Is that
tree
why
with
there's a
yokai,
kappa walking around?
obviously. I also like
I
how
guess so.
it starts out small, and when it starts out small, it's like the actual area you have is small. So you don't have
Mm-hmm.
like one of the things about city builders quite often is you have this like massive area, but you can only use a tiny bit of it. But you still have to
Mm-hmm.
see everything. Whereas this is like
Right.
here, it focuses only on the area you have and everything else is nothing, right? It's like this is the only thing that exists to you. This is
Yeah.
your focus, and then as more
Yeah.
areas become available to you, then they become visible in the game, which I
Right.
really
Right.
like.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of customization options too.
Oh, you can
Looks
build
like.
tree houses.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the yokai tree's for.
Oh, is that what the yokai tree is?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's your boba cafe. Oh shoot, they got Tanuki. It's off-brand Tom Nook who's running everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to try this.
This is tempting me, I won't lie. I might actually look into it. Is it only Steam? Probably only Steam. This looks like a Steam game. Although I'd bet it'd find an audience on Switch.
Uh, it
Developer's name
is.
is
It is
Duke.
only on Steam. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't see
alright.
any indication as to whether it would come onto Switch or not. They haven't said anything.
They're probably not planning it now until the money rolls in.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, but man, check it out, folks. Minami Lane. It's cute. If you like the Usagi Cafe, whatever the thing was called.
Usagi
um,
Shima and
thank you.
Neko Atsumi.
There you go. If you
Which,
like
by the
those,
way,
check it out.
we should probably mention it. I guess Neko Atsumi. They're making a new one, a second Neko Atsumi.
Yeah, they said, "Oh man, people like that with those bunnies. We can't let them steal our thunder."
Cool. That's the news. Woo.
Woo!
So we are going to talk about what is definitely a farming game. Pixel Cross Story of Seasons.
You're making things grow in your mind, Al. Okay, so first off,
Yes, how to
are
explain
you
this game.
okay? I mean, simple. It's okay. Do you know Picross? Okay, now that, but now put Story of Seasons paint on it. There you go. This is the game. Guess what? I like both of those. It's a good game.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, so let's start out with. I mean, it is what you think it is. It's a nonogram. It's a Picross, whatever you want to call it. That is what it is. That is the game. But what's quite interesting is that they have built a kind of self-creating farm in the background of the game,
Hmm.
where
Yeah,
as you progress through the game, so I've not figured out exactly because I thought it was one day for every puzzle you do, but I'm sure I have more days now than I have puzzles. So I'm not 100% sure exactly what's happening, but
I thought it was
basically,
1 day per puzzle too, but you might be
I
right. I don't
yeah,
know.
I thought
Keep track.
so. I thought so, but I've definitely like I'm halfway through summer and I've not done that many puzzles. It's a few more days than I have puzzles done.
Hmm. Huh.
But that aside, um, as you progress, you have your two. They're like the Story of Seasons characters, the
The
main
OG
ones.
Harvest Moon
The Harvest,
protagonists.
yeah, but in 3D, which is they've recreated
Yep.
them in 3D. They are just going about doing a farm behind you. Now they're very slow. I would not take 2 seasons to start planting some seeds, but I think it's cute.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let me take a step back here. How much experience do you have with Picross, Al?
Oh, Pretty decent amount. Yeah, I've played
Okay.
a good chunk of the official Pickers ones. I've played some many other ones. I've had an
Mm-hmm.
app on my phone for a while doing some nonogram. Yeah,
Okay.
the usual.
Okay. That's all right. That, because yeah, that's the game, right? So if you listener enjoy it, you will enjoy this game undoubtedly. So I think there's two things we can look at it here. First of all, the story of seasons aspect of it, because yeah, that's going on in the background, but you're just pretty much seeing it whenever you go back to the main menu or whatever, right? Like when you're
Yeah.
actually playing the puzzle, or at least I'm not noticing it. Um,
No, I'm actually looking at it right now. It's completely paused while you're doing puzzles.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Um, but on top of that, right? As you can imagine, with these themed puzzle games, all the puzzles are story of season related, right? Your puzzles are going to be turnip and watering cans and characters from the story of seasons games, right? In fact, they have what is called an almanac, where you can just basically go through all the characters and stuff. Once you complete their puzzles, you get art and information on them and whatnot. Um, and so it's very much a story of seasons celebration type game as well, right? A lot more condensed, right?
Yeah.
But it's a fun little Hall of Fame. And on top of that, one big advantage it has over other Picross games, you get that wonderful, wonderful story of season soundtrack. They have a sampling from different games. And I really enjoy it, especially the Wonderful Life ones. Those um, I
I'm shocked. I'm
so yeah,
shocked.
right. Um, so I give it thumbs up on that aspect from this little tribute game, right? Um, but now looking at it, getting a little more in depth here from the cross side of it. I'm actually really surprised and pleased by how much control you can have over that. They give you a lot of accessibility and options to help deal with the puzzles.
Yeah.
Um, there's color indicators to help you kind of see, hey, there's a clue you can look at here, or you've completed this row, or autofill empty spaces, etc. Right? There's a lot of options in my opinion, or at least compared to the ones I've played. Um, and I think that's cool. Me being who I am, I turn them all off and have just the grid with black and white numbers, and go at it like that, because that's how I like to play Picross. But for people who maybe don't enjoy it as much like I do in my crazy, miserable style, they offer a lot for that, and in fact, it's the default. They ease your way into it, which I appreciate. Um, I I don't know how many puzzles there are, but I feel like there's probably a lot.
There are a lot because I think is it 30 on the first screen, and then there are multiple
I
screens, and
Yeah, I
then
think
there's
it's
also
25 on the
25 on the
first.
first
Is it
screen.
there?
But
25,
then
31 on.
but then there's a good like 7 or 8 pages, and then there's also the mosaic ones as well that you build up
Yep,
as you
the
go.
collage ones where
So yeah, there's
you do
quite a
your
few.
different pictures, or different puzzles that form one big picture altogether.
Yeah.
Um, and I appreciate that, right? I played Pokemon Picross, which did a similar mechanic. And I've always found that a lot of fun. Um, a clever way of doing, a nice big picture that you can't quite see. Um, I Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The game maybe feels small because it only has like two screens, basically the puzzle screen and the main menu.
I think
But
I mean if you're not used to Picross games, I can understand why you might think it was small, right? But like
yeah,
I don't know about you, but like compared to most Picross games, it feels pretty standard size wise.
I guess so. Like, I'm trying to think. Maybe I haven't played as many as I like. I've played the 3D ones. I played Pokemon Picross. Played Mario's Picross. I'm trying to think. I can't remember the last time I played a Picross like S game or whatever. So maybe you're right. But either way, it's not really necessary because it's just the puzzles. That's the fun. Um, uh, I am curious to see if, once you complete certain sections from the almanac or collections or whatever, I'm curious to see if there's any more. But, all that's just sprinkles on top. What can I say? Piczle Cross, it's really good, right? Like, it's hard to critique it because it is what it is, right? It's like Tetris, dude. Tetris.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I really like the characters building away your farm in the background. I think it's a really fun addition that
it is, yeah.
makes it like this is what makes it a story of seasons one rather than just
Sure,
it's Paycross but also they're all farming related, right? I mean,
sure.
obviously they've got some of the characters as them, but come on.
Hmm. Yeah,
uh,
you know,
it's
okay,
not. So I just
okay.
double
I do.
checked. There are 270 main ones.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's a good chunk. I
And then
appreciate
there are
that.
5 more collages, which all
All right.
have like
Obliged.
10 to 20 in them.
Yeah, something like that. Um, okay, one thing I will say, like, I do wish, because you're right, the building up of the farm in the background, I think I think it's cute and charming, right? I do wish they put it a little more upfront. Like, I don't know, like maybe clearly saying, okay, complete 3 puzzles and you get upgrade your barn or you get a cow in the background or
Yeah.
whatever.
I, I'm actually wondering whether it might be time based, like real time
I'm
based,
Yeah,
or
that's
like the
likely.
number of days you go in, because I just feel like I'm halfway through summer and they're still breaking
Hmm.
rocks. And
Yeah.
I feel like I mean, I've basically only been playing it today, right? I haven't played it before today. It
Okay.
only came out, what, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
So I didn't play it yesterday or the day before. I played it today.
Yeah.
So and I suspect it's like most of these games designed to be play a few a day, then put it down.
Yeah.
And so therefore,
Sure.
I wouldn't be
Those
surprised if that's how they built up the farm, is because that's how they expect most people to play. It's a couple of times a day, so each day the farm progresses slightly.
Okay, you know what? That makes a lot of sense, and you're probably right. And they're also wrong because they should be pandering to the maniacs like me who just retreat and just play Picross for hours and hours.
Yeah, I think this is the only game we could potentially cover this quickly after it came out, right? 2 days. 2 days, and we're
Yeah.
already recording a podcast about it. I don't think we've done that for any game. It is absolutely wild that we've done that. Um,
Yeah.
but
Well,
it'll be
when
interesting. We'll
Story of
check in.
Seasons Tetris comes out, we'll do the same.
We'll definitely check in the future to see if it's gone any further. Did you play in the last 2 days as well as today?
Yes, I played. I haven't played today, but I played yesterday and the day before.
What are your characters doing?
Um,
Open up.
I think they're roughly at the same place where you said. I in summer. I don't recall how far I'm into it, but I spent a lot of time in the collage puzzle too. But I think they've planted some seeds at this point.
See, mine haven't. No seeds planted at all. So
Yeah,
I that does feel to me like it's
I
so I
could be
finished.
wrong. I might be misremembering.
I've
Like we said, it's only like when you go to the main menu when you see it, right? So sometimes I'm not
yeah
even paying that much attention. Because sometimes it just looks like they're just running around and just smashing stuff because that was a lot of it at the beginning.
yeah
But I probably will stick with it, and I'm curious to see, how big it will get. Um,
yeah
it would have been, I think it would have been a little fun to have a little more flourish during the actual puzzle too. Not inside the grid or anything, but just maybe have the characters standing around looking at the puzzle, doing an emote or an action when something happens. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
That could have been fun. It could
just
have been
just a
fun.
little something like that, right? And maybe introduce some other characters from the games, right? Because you had the almanac and the puzzles or whatnot, but it'd be nice to see him just, hey, walking by or saying hello or whatever. Um, But all that's nitpicking more or less because it's Big Russ. So really, that gets a double thumbs up from me.
Yeah.
What? The new Pokemon game's Pig Cross? Sold.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to talk about this game. It
I mean,
is
it
if
was,
if you like Picross, you will like this game.
yep, pretty simple, right?
That's it.
And if I will say, if you've never played Picross,
You
this
should.
is a fun one to get into. Yes, you should if you want to do it now. Two, this is a good one to uh, pick up. Like I said, there's a lot of options and customizability in how you want to play. Um, and then I think it's a very good entry point. Not like Picross is anything crazy hard or anything, but it makes you feel welcome. Let's say that.
I agree. It is definitely one of the most accessible ones,
Yep,
and it gives
and the good
you
music.
it, it gives you an incentive as well. So if you do put on some of the hints and stuff like that, it will indicate that that's happened. It won't penalize you, but it will indicate at the end that you used
Yeah.
one of the specific things, which
Yep.
might give you an incentive to go, oh, let me try doing it without those hints,
Yeah.
that
Yep.
sort of thing. Which I don't
Yep.
I don't like when they penalize you for doing stuff like that, but it's fun to give you just a little bit of a
Yeah.
nudge to be like, hey, maybe try it,
Yeah.
maybe try it.
Absolutely. And something a really minor detail that I haven't seen in any of the I don't think I've seen any of the Picross games I played. Um, it will actually record your time, which I think is fun if you want to go back and see if you've improved any, figure out some tricks and whatnot.
Yeah,
Um,
I managed to get the first level down to 3 seconds.
oh, jeez, jeez, man. I probably could, but I'm so methodical about my Picross. Like
I
I
yeah I
know I could just look at it and solve it, but I want to do it row by row as I normally do.
Yeah, well, the good thing about that one is it's just like the top 3 rows are all full, and then the
Yeah,
middle column is full. That's all you need to do. So it's like you can immediately see because it's like you see 4 5s, so you just go across the fives, and that's it done.
yeah,
It was fun. It was fun to see how quickly I could do that one, and it's literally
yeah,
just the only thing that's stopping me is the fact that the buttons take time to move across. That's it.
yeah, yeah. All right, well, I guess that's that, huh? Because I got nothing else for it. Um,
Yeah, that's fine. Play the game.
it's a good one. Pick again. That's Pixel. Like hey, like the squares. You get it. You get it now. Pixel Story of Seasons. Whatever. Something like that. Go look up Google those words. You'll find it.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you, Kevin, for joining me to talk
Okay.
about Pixel Cross, Story of Seasons. I'm sure Micah will be sad that he wasn't here to talk about it as well.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get him on once we beat the second harvest.
Game
um.
of the Year 2024.
Well, look, if you get us both on, there's a more than a non-zero chance of that.
Where can people find you on the internet, Kevin?
Find me at Cooper Prez for my personal Twitter, where right now I'm posting a lot of good dank memes about Pokemon Legends. Um, find me at Spritey Squared if you want to see my art, or find me at Rainbow Road Radio, the Mario podcast that I do with, in this case last week, Al, you were on,
Woo.
where we went through some Mario questions and discussed Brie Larson, and most importantly, we casted the live action Mario movie. Um, so buckle in for that one. What about you, Al? Where do people find you?
Yes, well, you can find me on last week's episode of Rainbow Road Radio. You can also find me on Twitter and on Mastodon at the Scottbot. You can find the podcast on Tumblr and Twitter at THSPod. You can find links to everything we've talked about in the show notes and also on our website, harvestseason.club, where we also have a feedback form if you want to send us feedback. If you do that, it will probably get mentioned on the podcast.
Hey, there you go.
You'll also find a link to our Patreon, patreon.com/thspod, where you can support the podcast. If you do that, you will get access to the Slack, where we love to mock me. And we have been admiring Cody's Foxcraft Island. You'll also find bonus episodes of the podcast called The Greenhouse, where we talk about things that are not cottagecore games, including either already out or coming out soon, depending on if I have any time tomorrow, will be me and Kevin talking about the Pokemon Day Presents and some stuff that happened in that. I mean, one thing, right? That's what we're going to be talking about, one thing.
All right.
Unless you particularly want to talk about the Masters update. All right, cool. Well, thank you, Kevin, again for joining me. Thank you, listeners, for listening. And until next time, have a good harvest.
Woo!
The Harvest Season is created by Al McKinley, with support from our patrons, including our pro farmers, Kevin, Stuart, and Elisa. Our art is done by Micah the Brave, and our music is done by Nick Burgess. Feel free to visit our website, harvestseason.club, for show notes and links to things we discussed in this episode.
I mean, I guess there's the Marvel and Star Wars stuff, but I don't know if Disney proper. I don't think Mickey Mouse has been in Fortnite yet.
There's some Futurama characters as well. Yeah, Star Wars, Marvel, some Rick and Morty. That I know that's not Disney. I'm just scrolling down a list now.
No Goofy hitting the gritty yet.
Marshmallow. Some DC characters. This is a very long list.
Too long, some would say.
Alien.
Oh my gosh, Alien was in that. I didn't even know that.
Kratos. Venom.
Solid Snake's in there.
It's just such a long list. I feel like it'd be quicker to Google it.